Brian and Elisha have been married for more than 20 years. They met as teenagers and fell in love fast after their paths crossed at a grocery store.
He jokingly says I was stalking him. But he was in the grocery, stalking, and me and my mother, my sisters, we saw him, and we thought he was just super cute.
I knew the first time I seen her that she was definitely the one.
We dated about 6 months, and then 9 months after that, we were married on April 12th, 1997.
They spent the first couple years getting to know each other better, but eventually their time together lessened and tension was building between them.
I had just started nursing school, so I was gone all day. And, Brian worked second shifts. And then when we would connect on the weekends, it was arguing about, I think it was a lack of intimacy, the lack of time together.
We both wanted what we wanted, and we wasn't willing to give, and I think that's where things really started spiraling downward.
Meanwhile, their family was growing, but their arguments escalated and would often lead to Brian leaving home for weeks, even months at a time. Brian became a successful contractor and prided himself in being a provider, but he filled a void he felt with familiar vices. He found the attention he was looking for in other women.
Deep down, I knew what was going on, but I was still trying to be a somewhat good husband, if that makes sense, and provide and keep things at home intact. I was hiding the alcohol in my truck, hiding my phone in my truck in the evenings, in case somebody would call or reach out to me so she would know, and hiding. I'd go home at night, take showers, get out of the shower, but still felt dirty. I knew right and wrong. I just couldn't get free from the things of the world, no matter how hard I tried.
Several years had passed, and Elisha had given birth to their second child when Brian's secrets came to light.
I remember waking up one morning at 6 a.m. to the phone ringing. At that moment, my world shattered. Never in my mind would have ever thought that my husband would be cheating on me.
Elisha forgave him and agreed to work on their relationship. But later, when the infidelities continued, Elisha finally reached her breaking point and filed for divorce. Feeling rejected and hopeless, she attempted suicide.
After the fourth affair, I had given up all hope. I had filed for divorce. I had been on an antidepressant for about 3 years, and I decided that I was going to overdose on those pills. And so when Brian came to get the kids one day, I'd asked him if he would pick up my prescription. It was a full 3 months. And so when he brought them back, took the children and left, I was going to take them all. And when I opened the bottle, there was only 3 pills inside. And so when I contacted Brian to find out where the rest of them was, there should have been hundreds, he said that the pharmacy they couldn't account for them. They were just gone. At my lowest moment was when God stepped in and saved my life. When I asked God, what to do about Brian, and so lovingly, he just asked me, would you give him one more chance?
As Elisha began to let God heal her heart, Brian was facing the man he had become.
I had tried to commit suicide myself down at my grandfather's farm. I'd, taken a gun and put it underneath my chin and pulled the trigger, and, of course, it didn't go off. I remember God telling me this is your last chance, and knew that I had to change as a dad and a husband. And that was a big turning point for me.
Broken and desperate, he surrendered his heart to God. Brian moved back into their home. Together, they participated in couples counseling and committed to keeping God first in their marriage while they rebuilt their communication and trust.
Got rid of my worldly friends. I'd made a promise to myself that I would never get in a truck and leave like I had so many times in the past. I would go outside and sit and just pray. It brought me to a really strong relationship with him, which in turn turned into a strong relationship with Elisha and the kids.
When we incorporated God back in, when we invited him back in, when we repented for removing him, he just started to rebuild our marriage and our love for one another.
Brian and Elisha say their love for each other is stronger than ever. And it's all because they learned to love each other as Christ loves them.
Where it is today, it's almost like trying to imagine heaven. You know, as much as we can imagine, as good as it'd be, we'll still be blown away on the day we get there. And I feel the same way with our marriage. Today, what it is, we're best friends. We love spending time with each other. And I couldn't imagine waking up a day without her by my side or ending a day without her by my side.